my name is Josie. I'm a librarian at Deschutes Public Library, and today we're going to look at a book called A Boy Called Bat. This is one of the Oregon Battle of the Books titles for the 2020-2021 school year, but it's a great book to read anytime, even if you're not part of the Oregon Battle of the Books group. So we are going to look at a little bit of this book, read a little bit of it, and see if maybe it's a book you're interested in. Then you can read the rest on your own. Now, there's something I wanted to note at the very beginning, and I'm not giving this away, but there's an animal there on the front of the book, and it's actually a baby skunk. And I just wanted to mention that our friends at the High Desert Museum do not recommend getting a skunk for a pet for a lot of reasons, but it's still a really fun book, and I really love Bat, and I definitely think that he's an interesting kid, and I would love to meet him. So let's go ahead and get started with that introduction and see if maybe you would love him too. So here we go. A Boy Called Bat by Elana Arnold. Chapter 1. After School. Bigsby Alexander Tam stared into the refrigerator, trying to decide what to eat. He knew that the longer he took, the more energy he was wasting, and Bigsby Alexander Tam did not like to waste energy. But he also didn't like to eat leftovers, or cheese that had to be sliced, or any of the yogurt flavors in the fridge. "Bat! Close the refrigerator door!" yelled his sister Janie from the kitchen table where she sat cutting out pictures from a pile of old magazines. Janie, he was sure, had eaten all the lemon and vanilla yogurts, and she knew he only liked the creamy ones, not the fruit on bottom kind. Bat was what almost everybody called Bigsby Alexander Tam, for a couple of reasons. First, because the initials of his name, B, A, and T, spelled bat. But there were many other reasons. Bat's sensitive hearing, for one. He didn't like loud sounds. What was so unusual about that? And if Janie's old earmuffs happened to make an outstanding muffling device, was it funny that he liked to wear them? There was also the way he sometimes flapped his hands when he was nervous or excited or thinking about something interesting. Some of the kids at school seemed to think that that was hilarious. And, of course, bats have wings, which they flap. So, between the initials and the earmuffs and the hand flapping, the name stuck. And, truthfully, Bat didn't mind. Animals were his very favorite thing, better even than vanilla yogurt. "Janie, did you eat all the vanillas?" "Not all of them," Janie answered. She curved the scissors around the bent arm of a boy she was cutting out. "I saw you eat at least 2 or 3 of them." "Did you eat the last vanilla?" "Yes," Janie said with a final snip. She freed the shiny paper boy. "It was delicious." "Of course it was delicious. All vanillas were delicious." "Well," Bat said, closing the refrigerator door a little harder than he needed to, "now there's nothing to eat." "I wouldn't say there's nothing," teased Janie. She knew she wasn't supposed to tease him. "Well, I would," said Bat. "Nothing I want to eat." "Then you must not be very hungry." On Tuesdays and Thursdays, after Mom drove Bat home from school, she had to go back to work for a couple more hours. It was Janie's job to watch Bat. Thursdays were the hardest, and today was a Thursday. "Make me a snack," Bat demanded. "Make me a snack? What?" "Make me a snack now." "No," said Janie. "Make me a snack, please." "I don't have to say please," Bat said. "Making me an after-school snack is part of your job. You don't have to say please to get someone to do their job." "You do if you want them to do it well," said Janie. She pushed back the magazines and stood up. Bat felt his elbows beginning to bend. He felt his hands getting ready to flap. "I'm hungry," he said again. His voice sounded higher. Okay, don't fly away. I'll fix you peanut butter and jelly. Without crusts," Bat said. He felt better already. Chapter 2. Bat's Cave. After finishing his snack, Bat went to his room. Bat's room was his favorite place in the whole world. In his room, Bat felt completely comfortable. Here, he knew where everything was. If something was in the wrong place, it was his own fault, because no one messed with his room but him. In the rest of their small house, Bat's mom and sister knew to put anything that needed to go to Bat's room in one of three baskets: his clean laundry basket, his book basket, and his miscellaneous stuff basket. Miscellaneous was a great word and one of Bat's favorites. It meant all the extra stuff, so the miscellaneous stuff basket could have almost anything, except for clean laundry and books in it. When the baskets were full, Mom placed them in the hallway outside Bat's door. He took them into his room and unloaded them himself. Once Mom had tried to reorganize his dresser drawers because she thought he could use some help. After, when he was so upset he couldn't even speak, she said, "I'm sorry, Bat, but your drawers were a mess. Your hat's mixed in with your pants and sweaters. I don't know how you find anything." But the drawers weren't a mess, not at all. If Mom had looked closely, she would have seen that his knit caps were in with his long pants and his sweaters, because he always wore those things on cold days. Shorts and t-shirts were in another drawer, because he wore those things together on warm days. "But what about this drawer?" Mom had asked, pulling open the bottom right drawer, which held a pair of pants, a wool sweater, and 2 t-shirts. "Those are things I never wear," Bat told her when he finally calmed down, "because they're itchy and uncomfortable." Mom cut the tags out of the t-shirt and Bat moved into the warm days drawer. After that, Mom left him to his own devices, as she liked to say. Once in his room, Bat closed the door. There was a sign on the outside that said, "Please knock." Janie had written it for him because her writing was much neater than his. Janie could do all the hand things better than Bat. Write things out, cut things out, smooth peanut butter on bread. The clock told Bat that Mom would be home in 46 minutes. Mom was a veterinarian, which was what Bat intended to be, too, one day. Mostly she treated cats and dogs, but sometimes she had unusual patience. Once she had taken a BB pellet out of the wing of a hawk. The pellet had broken one of the bones and Mom had done surgery to mend it. She brought home x-rays to show Bat. "Why would anyone shoot a hawk?" Bat had asked. "Do you think they were going to eat it?" "No," said Mom. "Sometimes people do stupid things." She had been very angry about the hawk, angrier even than when Bat and Jenny got into loud screaming fights. Seeing the x-ray of the hawk's broken wing made Bat angry too. But his mom always made him feel better. His room always made him feel better. It had a roll-down bamboo window shade and a fine closet full of shelves, and a pull-out trundle in case someday he had a friend to come spend the night. It had a ceiling fan and a reading lamp and a rug with a picture of a train track printed on it. Bat felt like looking through his animal encyclopedia, which he often did after school, so he pulled it down from the bookshelf and dropped comfortably into his beanbag. His stomach was full of sandwich, and Mr. Grayson hadn't assigned any homework. For the moment, at least, Bat felt perfectly content. Let's see. Let's go ahead and have one more chapter and see if we can get hooked into this book. Chapter 3. No Vanilla Yogurt. Mom was supposed to be home by 5 o'clock, but 5 o'clock came and Mom did not arrive. By 5:15, Bat wanted to call the police. "That's what we're supposed to do in case of emergency," he said to Janie. She was watching TV. "This isn't an emergency, Bat." "How do you know? It might be an emergency. You don't know for sure it isn't an emergency." "Bat, call Mom's phone if you're worried." Bat didn't want to call Mom's phone. What if she was driving and she answered when he called and she crashed the car? "I don't want to cause an emergency," he said. "If you had friends to play with," Janie said, "you could hang out with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays instead of being a pain in my neck." Bat thought this was unfair and also mean, considering that he was so worried. But before he could say anything, he heard Mom's car turn into the driveway. A warm rush of relief flooded over him. He left Janie in front of the TV and ran outside. "Mom, you're late," he said. "Easy, Bat," Mom said, climbing out of the car. "No need to be angry." Bat wasn't angry. Not really. He was relieved. But instead of explaining this, Bat asked, "Did you go to the grocery store and get more vanilla yogurt?" "I didn't have time," Mom said. That was the last straw. Mom was late, and Bat was worried, and now no vanilla yogurt. Bat felt a ball of anger rising in his chest, hot and hard and loud, wanting to escape through his mouth in a yell. His eyes squinted together, his hands drew up tight against the side of his body. Mom put her hand on his shoulder and knelt down so she could look right into Bat's eyes. But Bat didn't want to look at her eyes. He didn't want her eyes looking at him. "Calm down, Bat," Mom said in her soothing voice, the one she saved for when Bat was getting really upset. "It's okay. I had a good reason for not going to the grocery store. If you calm yourself down, I can tell you what it is." Bat didn't care what Mom's reason was. She should have gone to the store. She knew how much he liked vanilla yogurt, and it was her job to buy it for him. Bat didn't have any money or a car. If Mom didn't get vanilla yogurt, there'd be no yogurt. But then Mom said it was because of an animal, a baby animal. Okay, that was the first 3 chapters of A Boy Called Bat. We ended up with that baby animal cliffhanger, and again, there might be an easy way to guess what that baby animal is going to be. But if you want to find out more about what happens to that baby animal and our friend Bat, I suggest you read A Boy Called Bat by Elana Arnold, which is available through your public library. You can get the book in paper format or as an ebook to download onto your device. So, thanks for joining us today for A Boy Called Bat. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy the book.